We picked Will because he came sailing with us on one of our transatlantic practice sessions. You know, it was apparent right off the bat, that he was going to be a good fit.
My first instinct was that the team dynamic was very good, and then that Charlie was one of the easiest people I've ever worked with in terms of he's a sponge for knowledge.
For me personally, I think that our result in this race will be a direct function of how much we're able to learn.
I wasn't sure from the outside that doing it with a youth team was going to be a good fit, and so we agreed that we would do a transatlantic and see how it went. But I really enjoy passing on my knowledge and working in an environment which has a thirst for knowledge, and so that's fantastic for someone like myself, that I can pass on the information and it's absorbed and then comes back for more. And so the relationship developed more quickly than I would have necessarily expected. Charlie's got a balance of trying to run the boat and manage the crew, but also as the skipper to make the ultimate decision on what we do. I think the scales are very important. On the large scale, you're trying to position yourself in a particular part of the ocean, but then on the fine scale, you're trying to position yourself as best you can with the fleet that is around you. And so the division of labour in that instance has been a lot better, because I'm trying to position the boat in the large scale to make the best use of the prevailing winds and expected winds and currents. And then Charlie is managing the boat on boat within that. It's hard to be involved in the decision-making process without having both of those levels. And so that's where my role is focusing on the bigger picture, translating that to Charlie so that he can always be managing the fine scale sailing in the knowledge of that ultimately we're trying to set ourselves up on this side of the fleet or the other side of the fleet. And so that's what we did a much better job at this leg.
Right now, Brunel's almost starting to point at the rock I identified.
One of the things we thought we could improve upon was our, focus on the racetrack specifically, and I feel like we've been able to increase that while not necessarily sacrificing the good time we have in other areas. I mean, there's a time and a place for everything, and I think that we all do this because it's something we enjoy, and to lose that aspect of it would be a bit unfortunate, and I think we're just trying to temper it and balance it, and there's a time for everything, and I think we did a pretty good job of that in this past leg.
We've had 3 legs of light wind, and without a good team dynamic and good humour, it's a very long race and people get on each other's nerves. One of the strengths of this team, in fact, is that we do get on well, and we are able to make light of a pretty bad situation when you're sitting with no isobars for 1,000 miles and everyone is sitting going nowhere. You can either throw things or you can make a joke, and that is one of the strengths of the team. The challenges will be when there's no time for that, because the conditions are so tough, and in that situation it's going to be about looking after each other and making sure that everyone gets through it, because it affects different people in different ways, and it then becomes a really, really hard grind, this race.